and welcome to A Life More Boaty. We are here at the Cannes Boat Show to have a look at this rather beautiful Absolute Navetta 62. What a spectacular boat. We're going to start on the bathing platform, and for those of you who like and want to stay for the engine tour and the crew cabin, we're going to look in there. It's pretty unique in all fairness. So a high-low bathing platform, so you can store your tender on the bathing platform if you want to. Couple of steps up past this. Again, one thing Absolute do is the styling cues are fantastic, even to the way they've just got this sort of moulded fluted device covering the shore power. A couple of steps up past this beautiful stern mooring gear, passerelle letterbox out there, and then bollards to winch yourself in if you're stern to mooring as we are today, straight into this fantastic entertaining space. Look at that. You'll notice there's a wet bar in here, which we'll cover in a moment. Overhang from the flybridge gives a proportional amount of shade to this aft deck area, and then there's an extendable sort of bimini to cover this entire area. Now, all of this seating is not fixed, so you can move it around as you please, but the great thing is it gives you the opportunity to do what you want to do. Table's slightly fixed, obviously, because you don't want it falling over, but it does slide around, and then effectively you would have access on and off the boat from that side, but that's open for the crew cabin. I think someone's upstairs, so we'll go forward first. Oh, I'm just going to show you this wet bar. So, I say wet bar, underneath here we have bow thruster and joystick controller for the D13 IPS systems that we have here. Actually, we'll go forwards. Some side decks, both the same, both sides. Fantastic cutaways in the bulwarks there, really high guardrail. This is well up to hip height, and like a lot of the new Absolutes, this section, so from where we're here down to there, that whole section drops down, as you can see, and fills in this infill area. A little bit of a super yacht vibe going on here with the overhang from the flybridge. A couple of steps up, there's a Sieg door here into the helm station and a drop window. More storage in here, so you get your fenders and your lines, and that brings us out one to this very large single piece or two piece windscreen, to be fair, to this rather lovely lounging deck area here. High-low table there, popping seat, that seat pops backwards and forwards, deck handling gear here, very, very purposeful, anchor lockers both sides, but look at that, proper boat. We'll pop round the other side, although to be honest with you, it's exactly the same, and you can cover this area if you want to with a bimini to get a bit more shade, but you're about to be blown away. You are about to be blown away, because obviously Absolute are an Italian boat builder, and they just build, engine bay down there, but we're not going to go down there, we're going to go a slightly different way. So lovely sliding doors. It's very, very hot, so I'm going to shut the door behind me to keep the aircon in. While I'm doing that, have a look around and tell what you think of that. So very much entertaining boat, and obviously with these glass doors wide open, you're serving yourself right out into the cockpit area, but fully functioning, full-size domestic galley. Freezer, fridge as you would expect, ceramic hob, but what's quite nice is it's got a downdraft extractor fan, so the idea is when you're cooking, instead of the fats and the steam rising up and making this rather lovely leatherette ceiling dirty, it gets drawn down by a vortex and then expelled over the side. Trash cans over there, storage under the sink, little bit of protection, if you can see it on the camera, to stop any cooking or water going over the cushions, and then it's rather beautiful Absolute dining table with these fantastic looking chairs. Over here we have, behind this beautifully fluted cabinet, one of my favourite things on any modern boat is branded crockery. Put that back, and every little cup and plate has its own place. Vast windows are a feature of this boat. So from you move forward quickly, you can see pop-up TV, and again more storage behind that beautifully fluted cabinet. And thank you to the guy who told me that was called fluting, I appreciate that. Again, lovely separate individual chair, and then very nice entertaining lounging area, benefiting again from that whole window. Now obviously we're at a boat show, so you lose a little bit of the joy of these big windows in a marina. So that drops us down to the accommodation, but we're going to just pop a couple of steps up to the helm station. First thing you see is a couple of these RS chairs. Now they both slide backwards and forwards and come with bolsters. You have actually got quite good visibility from the helm station, even though they've got this section here to sort of break it up a little bit. You can see the stern, and you have that helm station at the stern. Lovely cantilever sea door there, and then you have the IPS controllers, throttle, bow thruster, very Mercedes-Benz inspired air vents, and a couple of Garmin chart plotters and screens and information systems. And then fantastic, you're a long way forward. This is very much a cab forward design. Really good visibility, but by bringing this forward, yes, it makes it look like an Explorer yacht, which is kind of a feature, but it also gives you all of this extra space. You still get a really decent flybridge, which we'll have a look at in a moment. If we carry on down to the lower deck, as we go down, we'll just take a turn around and see the distribution panel. Can't work out how that opens, so I'll leave it, but there you go. So we're going to go forwards first into one of the most sensational master cabins I think you'll see on a boat of this size. Start with hull glazing. Look at this cabin. Isn't that beautiful? Now again, we are in a marina. At sea, with the sea rippling around and the light bouncing off the water, that would be a spectacular view. Plenty of headroom. As you would expect, this is a very high-sided boat. I'm 1.73 m, plenty of room over there. There is a little walk-in wardrobe over here, which we'll have a quick glance in. I think it comes with a safe as well, which if you're a watch owner, it's very nice to have a safe on a boat. Plenty of storage in there. You could put a TV on the wall here, I imagine, if you wanted. That's what this access point is here. Carry on forward, a couple of lovely little stools on that dressing area. Into the master heads. Ensuite. Absolutely, the fit and finish is beautiful. Lovely floated mirror. This is a big cabin. Now obviously this is right in the bow of the boat, but it's cleverly utilising the shape of the boat, as you can see on the floor there. Big full-size shower. Loo down below us here. Heated towel roll. But it just feels really big. So that, I think, is the master. But the way this boat's set out is, you could say this, yeah, it's down to you. You let me know in the comments what you think. So as we head back down below to the next deck level, we have this sort of shared head. The second cabin. Again, beautifully finished, as you would expect. I do love the way that they've hidden the workings of the tap behind the mirror. Storage in there, and then down here we have the loo. And then across from us, so across from the day heads, if you like, or the master loo for this area, we have a twin cabin. We will then head forward to the VIP. Again, sorry for the lights flicking. But very much second cabin. I mean, this could even be the master. Again, it really depends on where you want to put yourself. Slightly smaller windows, but still very capable. Big storage in this glazed wardrobe over here. More storage down there. Bedside tables. And an open sort of bathroom area here. What's quite nice is they separated the shower and the loo. So in here, behind this lovely glass effect door, you have the shower. You then have the vanity unit set in here with, again, great view out. And then on the opposite side, separating them, you have the loo, which is quite neat because it does mean somebody can use one while someone is using the other. It is open plan, but it is pretty beautiful. So that's master number 2 or master number 1. You decide and let me know. So past the twin cabin, past the heads, day heads, and then we have this rather clever little space in here. So, a bit of an engineering space. You can see the bow thruster at the front there, but what a great place for storing all the clobber you get on a modern boat. Some deck chairs there, water tanks. Well, yeah, and there you go. So I think also in here, if I'm right, bear with me while I climb out. Oh, it isn't, that was a washing machine. But there is one somewhere, I've just forgotten it. And then you have a little drinks fridge down there for the guests down here. Another little storage area there for linens and the like. So what an incredible lower deck section that is. So I think we are clear now as we pause momentarily for this truly beautiful area. We'll leave the serenity of the air-conditioned interior, sneak outside, go and have a quick peek up on the flybridge. Lovely deep steps, making it really easy to come up here. And again, if we look at that overhang that we had, sort of over the aft deck, that gives you then this great space for entertaining, chilling, relaxing, watching the sunset. Again, modular furniture, so you can move it around as you please. Glass, sort of balustrading at the back, giving you really good visibility through. We are then protected up here from this very, very large hardtop. Entertaining over on the starboard side, storage underneath, very, very nice lighting, beautiful table, and then cooking, grilling, chilling over here. Fridges and freezers and the bits and pieces as you would expect. I think if I'm right, there's a Kenyan grill down there. I think this is a nice chest, or fridge freezer, and then forward upper helm station. Create more chilling space or just hanging out with the skipper. Great, there's a little section down there to put all the covers in so you can cover all of these boats up at night or when the weather's mildly inclement. Two more beautiful Aras helm seats, both with bolsters, and then couple of super large Garmin MFDs, that one's showing the camera, that one's showing the engine equipment, and then very nice actually, this really does fall quite nicely to hand. Gear selectors and throttles, joystick controller, proportional bow thruster, and really good view. And a great view down the side actually as well. A little bit trickier astern, but you have got that reversing camera. So the amazing design features of this boat don't stop there. If you don't like engine bays, I would suggest you still hang around. If you don't, that's fine, but I would ask you to like and subscribe as you depart. Thank you for watching, and we'll go and have a look in the engine bay / crew cabin.
Okay, so
yes. If we carry on, for starters, you've got glazing. You've also got, if I take a step back, this very, very large pop-up window, which really does give immense amount of light and ventilation and access quickly into that aft cabin area if you don't want to fold these steps up. So obviously these steps are exactly the same as the starboard side here. They're fixed, these pop up and give access to the crew cabin and another point of entry to the engine bay. You can gain into the engine bay through that other tunnel we looked at. Sorry, the hatch in the foredeck. So there you go, there's that pop out window. Plenty of headroom again, although this is a crew cabin, there is still, believe it or not, I'm 1.73 m, decent headroom the whole way through here. Ah, there you go, I knew I'd seen it somewhere. Washing machine, a bit more storage in there, a couple of decent crew berths down here. You know, for a 62-foot boat, this is a really nice crew cabin. We then go into here, we go through the heads. Oh, put my little light on. There you go, very practical head. Open the window, which is nice for a bit of ventilation, and a vanity unit there. And then, if I get this right, open that, and we go into the engine bay. Pretty impressive. This is a pretty impressive engine bay. So we stand over here. So as you can currently see, she's powered by a couple of Volvo Penta IPS1350s. There is a slightly smaller engine option of the 1250. But I think if you're going to get this boat, you're going to want the 1350s. But down there you can see the IPS drives. If you want to know how IPS drive works, just search my channel for IPS. And I've got a video on that that shows how it all works. Big seakeeper in there. If you've got a high-sided boat like this, you really do want a seakeeper. Fireboy suppression system. Yeah, what an impressive engine bay. Generator looks like it over there. Hydraulic system. Fuel water separators, camera, electronics, coming zone and generator down there. But again, look at this headroom in here, pretty impressive. And there up here is that hatch. You can come down there from the aft deck if the weather's not nice, you don't want to be coming down through the crew cabin. So pretty impressive, you have to admit. I think one of the most spectacular interiors I've seen on a 62-foot boat. So we'll clamber back out of here. We'll see if the aft deck is clear, and we will say thank you very much to Absolute for letting us have a look around their truly beautiful 62 fly. So I would ask you again to like and subscribe. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time round.